Hi, I'm Amy over 50. Welcome to my channel. If you are wondering what Amy over 50 means, so am I. That's why we're here. Let me tell you what it's meant so far. It's meant that I need to look through my bifocals to be able to see myself clearly from this distance. It means that I have had 3 big surgeries in the last 3 years. Well, how about if I tell you a little bit about that? So, I had never had surgery in my life, and then I ended up having carpal tunnel surgery. That isn't one of the big surgeries I'm talking about. I had it on my left hand and a cyst removed from my wrist, and that was pretty traumatic. I'm not gonna lie. And then I had it on my right hand a year later, and they've both been great ever since. But I'd never had surgery ever before that. So I ended up getting really into hiking, which has nothing to do with carpal tunnel surgery. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, a little ADHD. So got really into hiking with my husband and ended up with a foot problem, and that got resolved. And then my back is always hurt. I can't blame that on being over 50, but degenerative arthritis of the spine kind of runs in my family, I guess. My dad had it really bad, and apparently so do I, and I hope my kids don't. Anyway, so I just struggled with that, with hiking, and just was living with it. And then I had my hip started hurting, and my husband and I were supposed to be going, we were taking our son, my stepson, to hockey camp in Minnesota, and there's so many beautiful things to see around there. So we were gonna do a lot of hiking while he was at camp, and I ended up not being able to, and just trying to get some kind of relief before we went so that I could at least enjoy some of the trip. And so they ordered MRIs, because when I told my pain doctor about my hip, more was talked about with my back, and they ordered an MRI of my back and of my hip. I had them back-to-back days, and then got phone calls back-to-back, like the same day, telling me that I was being referred to a neurosurgeon and an orthopedic surgeon. And so that sucked. That was scary. You know, any good surgeon is gonna try anything else first. And I'm sorry, I did not know I was gonna get this emotional. So anyway, referred to physical therapy, tried physical therapy. Nothing was getting better. So in December of, this was all in the summer and fall of 2022. And my husband and I got married in 2021. Had three great hiking trips before all of this happened, and it's really bumming me out that I can't do it now. Yeah, so I ended up having surgery on my back because, it was decided that, sometimes
your back can make other things hurt, like that may be why you're having hip pain, even though I knew I had a tear in my hip. And the first orthopedic doctor I went to blew me off because of my age. He was some young guy that, he blew me off that I didn't need to feel better because I'm old, basically is how I felt. So anyway, I didn't like him. And I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. Probably should have medicated myself. So I had the back surgery December 27th of 2022. And I was going to school at the time. I was my first year of college at 49. And I was supposed to start classes and that's a lot of sitting at a desk, and I wasn't healing as fast as I thought I should, and physical therapy for that wasn't helping. And then my mom had a heart attack like 3 days before the semester started, so I dropped the semester. And my back got better. I ended up going to see a different kind of specialist. I'll talk about that some other time. Not quite physical therapy, a little bit different. And my back felt so much better after I started seeing this other therapist. So yeah, I did that and my hip still hurt. So June 9th of 2023, I had the tear in my hip, the labrum tear in my hip repaired, and found out that I had severe impingement in my hip on both the ball and the socket were had things that were catching, and as I'd walk, that's what was shredding my labrum. So that was a really hard surgery because you can't walk. You're on crutches. I was on crutches. It hurt so bad. I was on crutches for about 2 weeks before the surgery. So yeah, I had that surgery, healed from it. I went hiking 2 miles, 3 months to the day after having that surgery. And I was doing great. I felt great. Everything was good. That was 2023. So September of 2023, I did that hike. We did some hiking in the winter. We did a winter hike. That was great. Then spring break came around. I'm still in school. Spring break came around and my husband and I took a little trip down to the Driftless area of Wisconsin. And if you don't know what that is, Google it. It's really beautiful there. We had all these hiking plans, and I woke up, we got there the first day, went and ate, came back to the Airbnb, woke up the next morning, and my left hip was killing me. I swear that's how the other one went too. I woke up that way. I kind of feel like I probably did both of these hiking, but I'm not sure. There was no pinpointing when this happened. So I'm not really wanting to deal with it. I, kind of ignoring it. But it was a reality, and it affected everything since then. So, that was 2024, March of 2024, and then that went into, I did hike with my sister in April, because I was like, okay, well, it was just a one-time thing, I'm fine. And I went hiking with my sister. We did a trail, piece of the Ice Age Trail, and I did real well and had no problems. But then sitting for school again, which I got my associate's degree in May, but sitting for school at a desk for hours a day kind of probably wasn't the best. And my hip just progressively got worse over the summer. We bought a new house and moved an hour away from where we were living, and I couldn't help very much with moving and packing, so my husband did most of it, and took about 6 months to do, because we haven't even listed that house yet that we moved out of. He's actually there working on it today, finishing, hopefully. So yeah, we moved in June, and by August it was apparent that I was going to need to go and see the surgeon again and just get his opinion. Is this something I should take care of now, or can I wait? So I ended up seeing him, I think it was September before I saw him, and he ordered an MRI. And the day I saw him, my hip wasn't bothering me at all. I felt great. It hadn't bothered me for days before that, and it didn't bother me for weeks after that. And then I sat at my desk, school again, and my hip hurt. My bedroom is in the basement in this house, and my office / craft room, where we are right now, is up in a loft. So it was 2 flights a day to come up and do schoolwork. And, you know, I'm not one of those people that can hold a full-time job, raise a family, and do full-time school. So I didn't. And luckily I didn't have to. My husband said, just do school. Don't worry about work. So that's what I did. But I did a lot of school. That was my whole life. So yeah, up and down the stairs a lot. And it just got to the point where it hurt so bad that I called and I scheduled the MRI, because I decided I was just, the order's there, I'll wait. I don't need it yet. I'll wait till it really bothers me. I can't have surgery right now anyway. I'm in school. It's, the surgery is big, and recovery does not leave room for homework or exams or anything like that. So God, this feels like it was so long ago, but it wasn't. So I scheduled the MRI, and he wanted to see me the same day. So an hour after the MRI, I saw him, and he's like, yeah, this is like the other one. Let's schedule surgery. And I'm like, well, I'm not ready to schedule yet. Not till after the first of the year. And my stepson is in hockey, so I couldn't do it while hockey was in full swing, because there's so many away being gone, and I couldn't be gone, and I couldn't be left alone. So we scheduled the surgery around that, which was really hard to wait, because I really wanted it done. Oh, and then my stepson broke his collarbone, and I could have had the surgery before the end of the year, and gotten to the point where by the time he went back, I could have been okay to leave alone. But, you don't know those things are going to happen. And I really honestly had no idea how long he was going to be out. So I had the surgery on, surgery number 3 since December of 2022 on a big part of my body. So I had the left hip done, on February 7th of this year. And I was off of crutches in 5 weeks, which, God, I think I was on crutches for like 8 or 9 weeks with the other hip. So I thought I was doing great. But before surgery, I had like this sciatic thing going on that I thought, well, we'll just see if surgery fixes it. And it did not. So that is prolonging my recovery because it hurts to do the physical therapy that is required for my hip to heal. I'm doing my best. So just walking hurts. Also, my back started to hurt again this past fall, only lower. So instead of my lumbar spine, it was my sacral area, and tie that in with hip pain, and that, you know, and that's a lot. And standing isn't doable. It isn't fun. It's not so walking, standing. But of course, those are things that you're supposed to do is get some exercise, walk. But it hurts. So, you know, I saw my pain doctor for that again. And of course, he ordered physical therapy, which I did. But the physical therapy for my back was making my hip hurt. So I said, well, I'll wait until after my hip surgery to resume physical therapy for my back. I'll just, you know, when I'm doing my back physical or my hip physical therapy, I'll do back also, which I have a great physical therapist. She's awesome. So fast forward to physical therapy, and my back is, you know, preventing me from doing what I need to do. I was in the pool one time a week, which was very helpful, but I don't have access to a pool where I live. It's a 40-minute drive, which is sitting in the car. So that's where I'm at right now. I had an MRI on Wednesday and haven't heard from the doctor. And that was on my lumbar spine because the sciatic thing, he wanted to see what was going on since the MRI in 2022. And I'm sorry. I keep losing my train of thought. Anyway, so I had this MRI. I got the results on Friday, and not from him, just on the app from, you know, geez, I almost said MySpace. MyChart. And yeah, it doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound, you know, like life-threatening or anything, but it doesn't sound good. It said moderate to severe in L4, L5. And so that's, yeah, it's a big change and not good. The stenosis hasn't come back. That's good. But yeah, the arthritis is progressing nicely, I guess, if you like that kind of thing. I'm not so fond of it. So it brings me to today. And it's spring. It's getting nice out. What is today? The 27th of April, 2025. So it's spring. It's getting nice out. Things are getting green. And I wanted to just go for a little walk, like walk down my driveway and back. Well, I thought I'm going to make myself a salad first. So I made myself a salad and then couldn't take a walk. So for me, this is what
over 50 is looking like. And I know that I am like 50 pounds overweight, and it sucks and it's hard because I was never an overweight person until I hit my 40s. I was always very fit, and I want that back. Oh God, I'm sorry. So, tomorrow I have a procedure. I'm getting injections in my sacral region, just cortisone injections to hopefully give me some relief from the inflammation so that I can heal. I'm so sorry. I just want my life back. But it's hard to lose weight when you can't move. And then you get depressed, and then you eat. And when you can't do it much for yourself and have to rely on somebody else, you have to rely on what they get you when they go grocery shopping. And oh, yeah, and then icing on the cake. I was feeling so good. Not this past week, the week before, I was feeling so good. I saw my surgeon. He said I was doing great. He said physical therapy is looking great. He understands this sciatic and the back thing that, he's hoping that that'll get relieved. That didn't affect me healing, but it is, because I can't move like I want to. But I had a great week. I felt really good. I was doing a lot. I was moving a lot. And I decided to come up here and clean in my craft room. I thought, I don't need to run up and down the stairs to do that. I can just be up here. But somehow I ended up doing 17 or 18, I can't remember which, flights of stairs that day. And by the night, I was miserable. I had irritated the hell out of my hip flexors and went to physical therapy the next day and could barely do it. Kind of tried to take it easy that weekend, but then it was Easter and I was cooking, so I had to be on my feet and do the cooking, and that was rough. I rested on Monday. Come Tuesday, I got up in the morning and I bent down to pick laundry up off the floor and felt a pop in my left hip. Instant excruciating pain. I couldn't put weight on it. It was scary. I sat down on the end of my bed and I just kind of gave it a minute, and then I was able to put weight on it, and I just kind of hobbled and did what I needed to do, grabbed my clothes and asked my husband to come help me, which I thought I was done asking him to help me. Apparently not. So, yeah, I guess I pulled a groin muscle. I thought only athletes did that. So I'm letting that heal. And was prescribed a steroid for that, but can't take it because I'm having a steroid injections tomorrow. So that's where I'm at. It's so far, Amy over 50 sucks. I'm sorry, this is a real downer.
I wanted to put out fun videos and things that people can relate to. Hopefully there aren't a lot of you that can relate to this. So that's my story as of lately, my health, my issues. I also was diagnosed in 2008. Yeah, 2008 with late stage Lyme disease. If you don't know much about that, look that up. It's affected me in so many ways ever since. And, you know, sometimes I wonder if that's part of this. But I'm looking to get it all back. I want to go hiking so bad. I torture myself. I watch through hikers on YouTube, and when I have my fill of that, I watch cleaning and organizing shows on YouTube, and I can't do either. So, you know, I want to buy myself a good pair of trail runners as inspiration, but I don't want to spend the money if I'm never going to get to use them. Well, I have done enough crying, and, you know, for the 1.5 people that'll see the first 30 seconds of this and turn it off, I guess I just needed to get it out. Needed to talk about it. So, if you've made it this far and you watched the whole video, thank you for listening. Thank you. I really appreciate it. The sun will come out tomorrow. It'll be a better day. It'll all be better tomorrow. So I'll let you know how that goes. I have physical therapy on Tuesday, and I'm going for a Reiki session after that. Never done that before. I'm a big believer in people's energy, so I'm hoping that that's going to be something that'll help with the pain and all of the things going on. But so I'll let you know. Again, thank you for spending this much time listening to me whine about my health. I appreciate it a lot. Okay. Amy over 50, out.